Thank you for joining us again on the National Real Estate Cafe with Don Getling and Gino Franti, where you get your daily dose of real estate market updates. And if I seem excited, it's because I had a lot of doses today.
Okay, so for your dose today, we're just going to be short and sweet today. We're going to let you know what's going on with the stock market and the interest rate markets now that Janet Yellen and the Fed have decided not to raise interest rates. So how does that affect the market? Should be great for the market, right, Gino? Well, here's the S&P 500.
Well, you know, it's always pros and cons, right? Because at the end of the day, yay, it's great. The cost of borrowing is going to be cheap for business owners. But then it's like, why is it cheap? Why weren't we able to raise the rate? What's going on? What do they know that we don't know? And that's being reflected as the S&P right now.
Yeah, well said, Gino, because that's a fact. Why did they not raise interest rates? It wasn't really the U.S. economy. It was a global economy slowing down, and that was concerned to see how that's going to affect us here in the United States. Well, that also affected a lot of you that are investing going, if it's slowing down, how that's going to affect my stocks, how's it going to affect the companies I'm investing in?
Well, the fear is, and here we go, this is a fear-based market we live in, and the fear is that if China and India are slowing down and they stop consuming the goods that we're producing, and last month we already saw we had a little bit of overproduction in our manufacturing, we have a little bit too much capacity, we might start to lay people off. And if we start to lay people off, we start to lose confidence, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just a little bit of fear, a little precaution being caused by what's going on in China and India. We're yet to see. It's not a trend yet. It's nothing to panic about.
We're not panicked because we were expecting a correction. Remember, they usually have corrections in the market once a year. We hadn't had one for a couple of years, so we're actually comfortable with a correction. They're good things. We don't want crashes. We want corrections. So you can see that we're going sideways, like a lot. So as you see, the stock market went down a little bit. Usually that's pretty good news for the bond market. Here's the bond market, which controls mortgage interest rates.
Yeah, and you see that these the green is good, the red is bad, as Don likes to say. So we've had a really nice green run, and Don's got a really nice arrow going up here showing you that the trend is your friend, as we like to say. Only on Fed Day did we run below the trend, right? And have to recover from that.
Right before their announcement. That was that big red line, and then the good news was a good green line.
Yeah. So just right back to the trend line, and now just sitting above the trend line. However, there's some very early indications that the market's about to go sideways, isn't there, Don?
Yeah, waiting for some stimulus, good or bad. That's what we're all waiting for, to see how much the global economy is going to be affected by China, India, and so forth, versus how we've been chugging along pretty well in the States, especially with the housing market. So pay attention. Again, we knew that there was going to be a correction. When that red line went down, we knew it would rebound back because it tends to stay around the trend lines, and that's why you need to tune in daily to the National Real Estate Cafe, so you actually know what's really happening, not what the hype from the media means, because they freaked out when that red line hit, and we're like, don't panic, it's going to come back tomorrow. We're just waiting to see what the Fed says. It's all fear-based. So the good news is rates are great. Some of the best interest rates we've seen in quite some time. So if you're thinking about refinancing, do it today. If you're thinking about pulling cash out to improve your home, do it now. If you're thinking about moving up, now's the time. And don't sit and wait. You heard it right here in the National Real Estate Cafe. Don Getling, Gino Franti.
Check us out on NRECafe.com and go to our YouTube channel. 150 videos that you could have found by going to NREC on your phone by texting NREC to 58885.
Thanks for joining us.